Your remote attendance hereby discharge Toastmaster International and University Malaya Toastmaster Club from all claims, demands, rights, promises, damage, and liabilities arising out of or in connection with the use of distribution of said video recordings and photo image, including but not limited to any claims for invasion of privacy, appropriation of likeness, and defamation. Next slide. Next slide, please.
Who's controlling the slide?
I'm controlling. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay. There are some housekeeping rules while attending this. First, please have your video switched on throughout the meeting as one of the means of interaction with other participants. Second, please keep your mic on mute when you are not speaking. And third, this meeting will be recorded for archive purpose. With that, let us invite our presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Jane, Innovative Planning Level 1, and also our club president for giving the opening address.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Jane. I'm the president for Toastmasters Club for this term. And next slide, please. Okay, so the theme for today's meeting is the colors of freedom. So basically, the colors of freedom, what we wanted for this meeting is actually a National Day theme. So speaking of National Day, it reminds me of secondary school, where my school will always celebrate National Day with performances from all different clubs. And for all the students, right, they can choose to wear traditional shirts, traditional clothes, costumes. So like you normally will see baju kurung, baju kebaya. And then for these few years, from what I know, there are more and more students starting to wear Chinese traditional costumes, which is Hanfu. So it's quite I'm quite amazed with. Yes, I'm from SMJK Catholic. It's quite amazed that they have this tradition in them. And for our school, right, they will have a few ladies where they will take the flags of each state and march into the Dewan. And all of them wear very, very, very nice clothes. And from what I know from one of my juniors, she told me that this year, I don't know where they get the money, but my school, they're very rich. They get money and they go and rent the costume, where each of the costume is like 300 per person. 300 is the minimum price. Some of it are more expensive. And yeah, that's a little bit of there's a little thing about National Day in my opinion. And next slide, please. And for today's meeting, we have a few of we have quite a lot of external role players. So first, may I invite Jun SIang, Presentation Mastery 3 from Help University Toastmasters Club, to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Jun SIang. I'm the president of Help University Toastmasters Club. Thank you all for having me. And what do you want me to introduce myself like?
Are you single?
I'm sadly or happily taken, depends on how you see it. We've been dating for almost a year already, for over a year already.
Thank you so much, Jun SIang, for helping us. Next, I would like to invite Jun SIang, Dynamic Leadership Level 5 from UTM ASAA Toastmasters Club to introduce yourself briefly.
Hello everyone, my name is Zhi Jun. I'm from UTM ASAA Toastmasters Club. I've been in Toastmasters for 5 years now. Happy to see everyone and hope to enjoy this meeting.
Thank you so much for the introduction about 5 years. Next, can I invite Angeline, Motivational Strategies Level 5 from YMCA of Ipoh Toastmasters Club to briefly introduce yourself.
Hi, good evening, everyone. As said, I'm Angelline, and I am the VPE and also the treasurer at YMCA of Ipoh Toastmasters Club. Thank you.
Thank you again for coming. Next, we have Mayvin, also from UTM ASAA Toastmasters Club. You want to briefly introduce yourself, Mayvin?
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am Mayvin Lim Mohan from UTM ASAA Toastmasters Club. And thank you for having me as your grammarian for today. And I hope to have enjoyed this meeting today. Thank you.
And last but not least, we have Zhi Jie from Utah Toastmasters Club. Do you mind to introduce yourself in a short one? Okay.
All right. Hi everyone. I'm Zhi Jie from Utah Toastmasters Club, and I'm also the VP for Utah Toastmasters. And this is my first time joining University Malaya Club. So thank you for having me today, and I'm looking forward to the meeting later. Yeah, thank you.
Not only external role players, we have a guest here today. Miruna, do you want to briefly introduce yourselves and anything that you want to hear from us?
Yeah, so good evening, by the way. I'm Miruna from UN. This is my first time joining this meeting today, so I'm looking forward to something new. And I've always been excited to join Toastmasters Club, but this is the first time, so really excited. Thank you, Jane.
Did I miss out anyone? Any non-members that I didn't mention? Okay, I think no. And that's all for the little quick introduction. May I move to the next slide, please? Okay, now I will pass the stage to our Toastmasters of the evening, Ikhtifar, Presentatory Mastery Level 5, Dynamic Leadership Level 5, and also our Area W4 Director, and also our Secretary for Toastmasters Club. Ikhtifar, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Madam President. It's an honor to become the Toastmasters of the evening for tonight. So basically, I'm Ikhtifar. Hi everyone. I'm sure that I'm not a stranger because I've been to Division H COT before, and then my club members know me well. I've been a Toastmasters for the past 3 years. So yeah. So basically for today's theme, right, is about the colors of freedom. So as you can see that Malaysia is made out of a lot of races and a lot of ethnics. So can someone help me to name the colors of our flag? The colors of the Jalur Gemilang?
Blue, yellow, white, red.
Thank you, Jefri. Yes, blue, yellow, white, and red. That's the flag colors of the flag. And basically for Toastmasters, this is our history. It started with Ralph C. Smedley, or his long name will be Ralph Chestnut Smedley. So he's the founder of Toastmasters, which was founded in October 22, 1924. So next year will be our 100 years anniversary. And they are going to plan something big for the annual convention. So whoever can go, please do go. And it's going to be fun, and it's going to be a lot of celebrations. And also for our own AC, our own annual conference will be in KL next year. So whoever who's able to go, because the annual conference will be in April, and it will be about 600 ringgit estimation. So why did this gentleman start up Toastmasters Club? Can anyone help me to answer? Wait, just now I heard someone that's been here for 5 years.
He wants to help young people in their communication skills.
Correct. So basically, during his time, guys are a bit shy and don't know how to toast well. So that's why he set up the Toastmasters. And fun fact about Toastmasters is we do not toast bread, but we toast speeches in gatherings. So this is the achievement or history of our club of Toastmasters International. So worldwide, we have a club of 14,000, about 15,000, and serving about 282,000 members in 144 countries. Okay, another trivia question. Can you tell me which continent doesn't have a Toastmasters club?
Antarctica.
Correct. So that's the only club. That's the only continent that doesn't have a Toastmasters club. So basically, being a Toastmasters, right, you can really go everywhere and anywhere and club, and you can join the meetings everywhere. Like during the COVID time, during COVID, I went to America, I went to Europe just to club, and I went even to the UK for clubbing. And it was very nice to see Toastmasters from every walk of life come together and just have fun. So this is our core values, which is respect, integrity, service, and excellence. You can just simplify it into RISE. And this is the history of Toastmasters. Basically, we are chartered by Vincent Ho. One of the charter member is Vincent Ho. He's a DTM from MISA. And Per Vincent was asked to help in for the objective and also to promote the Toastmasters movement. About 4 years ago, 4 years was spent for follow-up with university officials and also throughout the tenures of 2 vice-chancellors. As you know that public universities, they are a bit slow to move, and that's why it took a bit of time to charter a club in UM. It started with Chitra, which encouraged UM students to improve speaking skills. Chitra was held by Prof. Morahaini, and also Dr. Stephen Pillay was nominated to start chartering. And Toastmasters was placed under the Faculty of Languages and Linguistics because Toastmasters is doing languages and linguistics. That's why they placed under that faculty. Right now, most of our members are from the business faculty of UM. So Mid Valley Toastmasters and MISA Toastmasters are our current clubs. So they came and conduct a demo meeting. And both of these clubs are still active in KL. So our first meeting was done on the 18th April 2007. It was done at the Dewan Persediaan Faculty of Language and Linguistics. A year later, we changed our name into University Malaya Toastmasters Club. So basically, for the meeting tonight, it will be divided into 4 parts, which is number 1, the table topics, the prepared speech, evaluation, and also the sharing session. No sharing session. There's only 3 parts. Table topics, prepared speech, and evaluation. I'd like to introduce the role players for tonight. So we will start off with our grammarian, Marvin. Do you mind to share your tasks?
Hi everyone. As you know, as I've introduced previously, I'm Mayvin. I'm the grammarian or language evaluator for today. And to put it simply, I'll be noting the good and bad uses of the English language throughout the entire meeting. And I'll be also tracking the usage of the word of the day. And with that, I shall introduce the word of the day, which is privilege. And the meaning of this word is a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. An example of a sentence containing the word privilege is number 1, healthcare should be a right, not a privilege. And another example is he used his privilege to speak out against social injustice and raise awareness about inequality. Back to you, Toastmasters of the evening.
Thank you, Marvin. Next, I'd like to introduce the art counter, Asyraf.
Right.
Asyraf, are you there?
Yes. So hello everyone. So I am Asyraf. So the purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the numbers of times that each speaker used these expressions. Right. So back to you.
All right, thank you, Ashraf, for introducing the roles of our counter. Next, I'd like to invite our, no, I'm not going to say Rolex because Rolex is a bit cheap now. I'm going to say Tissot of the meeting, Zhi Jie.
Right. Hi everyone. It's me again. Yeah. So as a timer, I will record every speaker's timing, and I will show the red light, green light. Green light, yellow light, and red lights. And for past speaker is 5 to 7 minutes, and which 5 minutes red and 6 minutes yellow, and red is 7 minutes. And we also have third speaker, which is a special case, which 2 minutes is red and 2.5 minutes is yellow and 3 minutes is red. And my duty also is to ensure that meetings flow according to the allocated time in the agenda. Yeah, and that's all from me. And over to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Swatch of the evening. Next, I'd like to invite our General Evaluator, Presentation Mastery 3, Level 3, Jun SIang.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. Good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Jun SIang. I will be your general evaluator for tonight. So what does it mean by a general evaluator? Think of it as an evaluator, but on a macro scale. So I evaluate everything from the start of the meeting to the finish of the meeting, everything in between. I'll note down bits of details that I think that the meeting has done well, and some things I think that the meeting can be done better. And you can also see me hosting the evaluation session afterwards as well. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, sir, for the introduction of your role. Next, I'd like to invite our table topic master. Unfortunately, Hasina can't make it tonight because she has an emergency. So I'd like to invite our VPE, Zhi Jun, to host this meeting, to host this session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ikhtifar, for the wonderful introduction of Toastmaster International and UN Toastmasters. As Hasina is absent for today, so I as her evaluator, which is the evaluator for active listening, I will replace her as the table topic master. On my hand, since today is the National Day theme, so for today's table topic, I also prepared some table topics related to the National Day. In my hand, I have 8 questions. So for each speaker who want to challenge the table topics, you may tell us you want to challenge 1, 2, 3, or until 8. So who would like to be the first? Jefri. Can choose 1 to 8.
I want 8.
8. Number 8 is, tell us the significance of Bahasa Malaysia as the national language and its role in Malaysia. Tell us the significance of Bahasa Malaysia as the national language and its role in Malaysia.
Thank you, Zhi Jun, for the wonderful topic regarding Bahasa Melayu or Bahasa Malaysia. It's a privilege to be able to partake in Zhi Jun's table topic session. And without further ado, let's start. Why BM is a important language? Jun SIang said that he could not speak BM well. Well, the truth is, doesn't matter your BM skill, whether it's good or it's poor, as long as you can speak, then you are considered to be grateful in this Boleh land. I remember the time when I was in secondary school, I failed my BM, and because it was like karma, my cousin was Malay, she failed BM and I laughed at her. And then it got back to me and I knew how she felt. I remember I got 30 something for my BM, but nonetheless, I kept working hard, partake in sajak competition, even though I lost and embarrassed myself in front of everyone. But at the end of the day, BM is an important language. Yes, English is also important because it's a passport to a brighter future. Not that BM doesn't get you anywhere, but it is a badge of honor that you bring with you whenever you go overseas. Because you see, even the Mat Saleh also come, they learn BM, they do video, became viral. And what about us? The people who were supposed to speak BM but refused to learn. Instead, we went to international school and such and ignored the language. And that's why I think BM is important, because we want to be like Mat Saleh, do video, become viral, become popular. That's all from me. Thank you. Back to you, Zhi Jun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jefri, for sharing the importance of Bahasa Malaysia. Yeah, although for me personally, I don't think Bahasa Malaysia, the usage is many like as like English or Chinese. For me, it's personally like this, but it's important as it's our national language and we use it as the official language. And it's also a tool to unite all the citizens, no wonder Malay, Chinese, or Indians, or other races, other natives. So we should learn Bahasa Malaysia well to adapt in this country, Malaysia. And next, who would like to be the second? See, I need people say who want to be the second speaker?
I see Angeline raise her hand.
Angeline. I also see Kenneth. So I think Angeline, Toastmaster Angeline first, then go to Toastmaster Kenneth. So Toastmaster Angeline, number 1 till 7, which number would you like to choose?
I'll go with number 5.
Number 5. All right, for Toastmaster Angeline, your topic is tell us the popular sports that unite Malaysians. Tell us the popular sports that unite Malaysians. Toastmaster Angeline.
Tell us the popular sports that unite Malaysians. What can I say if not for badminton? Right? Badminton is one of a game which I'm not good at it. When shuttlecock goes at one corner, I will be at another corner. But when I see our national players play, offhand I couldn't remember the names. And when I see those days in my younger times, like Rashid Siddiq, the Siddiq family, they conquered the whole game. And after which they became the mentor, the coaches, and so forth. And then I see Chinese, our great Chinese, they have taken the game. And also now Indians are coming into it. And it is a unity of 3 community, 3 ethnicity, from teaching, from learning, and to playing. Well, this one game at one point brought us to the top of the world, right? Everyone would agree to this. And even though it was done or succeeded or won by 1 or 2, 3 races, but as the community, as the citizens of Malaysians, everybody enjoyed and were happy about it. It was a privilege to be part and parcel of the game by cheering them and encouraging them. And I feel this is one of the best games that even though I'm not good at it, but it's one of the best games that I feel is enjoyed and liked by many youngsters, not from those days, even for nowadays. With that, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Angeline. For me, also, not also for me, I think for everybody who are the Malaysian citizens, we all agree that badminton is the sport. The first sport we can think in our mind, which can unite Malaysia, is badminton. Also, although I'm not so good in badminton too, actually I'm not so good in the ball sports. But I also like to play badminton, especially like during the sport class, the PJ Pendidikan Jasmani class, as like having fun with friends. And go to university, I also like to play it, although not so good, but enjoy the moment of playing the interacting with my friend too. And our third table topic speaker, may I invite Toastmaster Kenneth to share about your thoughts?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, so 1 to 7 except 5.
1.
1. Okay, for Toastmaster Kenneth, your topic is discuss how 513 incident changed Malaysia forever. Is the historical.
Sorry, can you repeat again? Is a historical what?
It's a historical event happened in Malaysia after Singapore has expelled from the Malaysia. There's one thing happened. One tragedy happened is the 513.
Okay.
So how the 513 event changed Malaysia?
Okay, great. So I believe all of us live under the shadows of Satu Malaysia, the Satu Malaysia slogan. And after the Satu Malaysia, I guess that's Malaysia Prihatin, followed by Keluarga Malaysia, and now it is Malaysia Madani. So what is okay, I see someone laughing. What is the main idea of these slogans being introduced to our country? It is to instill national unity. It is to instill the spirit that all of us are Malaysians, regardless of our races, of our religion, or our socio-economic status. I have this experience. Currently, I'm a practical teacher in one of the government schools in Selangor. And when I entered the class is full of Chinese, more than 70% of them. I'm teaching them in English mixed with Malay. And what my students requested me was, teacher, since most of us are Chinese, right? Can you just teach in Chinese? Okay, because we can't really understand much about English and BM. I'm like, okay, you are now in a multiracial setting, and I advise them, you have to tolerate other people's culture. You have to learn how to mix well with others, and you have to learn how to use English and how to use our national language, which is Malay. In conclusion, Malaysia Madani. We are one Malaysia, and we are under the umbrella of Keluarga Malaysia. One Malaysia, one culture, one people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kenneth, for sharing how the 513 event happened in 1969, 13th of May. A tragedy happens between the especially two races, Chinese and Malay, changed the Malaysia forever. I agree that your point is we are in one country, one Malaysia, one culture, as we live in the same live at the same place. So it's important that we should tolerate and respect each culture and respect each other. And since there's some time, it's enough for one or two speakers. And who want to take a try? Miruna.
Yeah, Miruna.
Yes, may I try?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So, Toastmaster Miruna, number 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Which will
I
like to
choose, may I pick number 2?
Number 2. All right. So for Toastmaster Miruna, share the stories of individuals or group that play a crucial role in the fight of Malaysia independence. I repeat again.
Can you please repeat the question?
Share the stories of a person or a group that play an important role in the fight of Malaysia independence.
Thank you, Ms. Zhi Jun. I presume that independence was the biggest privilege or the biggest pride that every Malaysian could procure to live in our land and to live with every single to ensure the paramountness of living with pride. And in that case, to never forget the man behind Malaysia, the man who stood valorously behind Malaysia was Tunku Abdul Rahman, Tun Abdul Razak, these sort of important and most vital individuals that set the independence of Malaysia, that brought unity to the residents of Malaysia, to the inhabitants of Malaysia, that brought national unity. The sacrificials, the most important events that could mark was Tunku Abdul Rahman meeting most of the British officials, deliberating, having rendezvous on how to bring Malaysia to its brink of independence, to improve the quality life of Malaysians, to boost our economic rate in uplifting the opulence of us Malaysians, as being Malaysians ourselves, to boost the pride of us being independent enough and not to enslave ourselves to any sort of I would say to any sort of domination. And so Tunku Abdul Rahman, I think, is the biggest pioneer behind boosting the liberty of Malaysia itself. So besides Tunku Abdul Rahman, I would say that there were a number of individuals such as Tun Sampanten and many others that perhaps I could not recollect. But these are the two most pivotal individuals that I would say that boost and that brought independence to Malaysia itself. Thank you.
Thank you for Toastmaster Miruna. Yeah, Tunku Abdul Rahman is our first Prime Minister in Malaysia, and he played a crucial role in us fight for the British government to give us a privilege to rule our country. So thank you, Toastmaster Miruna, for sharing about Tunku Abdul Rahman. And besides Tunku Abdul Rahman, there are many people that and the groups that like UMNO or the MCA like which play a crucial role in the Malaysia independence. Based on the agenda, our time should end at 8:35 because there will be one session, which is the TTM evaluation session, which is for me to evaluate Toastmaster Hasina. So we can have one more speaker for the table topic session. So who would like to be the last speaker?
Min Kang.
Min Kang. Are you there? I can't. Okay.
Min Kang can't talk.
So are there anyone want to challenge the table topics?
Samuel can go.
Would you like to, Toastmaster Samuel, would you like to try?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay, so 1 to 7, okay. So you left 3, 4, 6, and 7.
3. All right.
3. Okay.
What happened?
For Toastmaster, nothing happened. For Toastmaster Samuel, your topic is how Malaysians celebrate National Day.
What? How Malaysians?
Celebrate National Day.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Zhi Jun, for the topic on how Malaysians celebrate National Day. In general, I know that Malaysians are proud of their country. Malaysians are very excited for the privilege to participate in activities like the marching at the Merdeka Stadium, where we can see all the national parade happening yearly. And as we watch them, we are so proud that we are celebrating our independence and we are able to do and live as free people of the land. But as a Malaysian myself, as much as I think that's the ideal, sometimes I do take my National Day, public holiday, with a rest day where I try to recuperate instead. Because a rest day is indeed important for the long working hours that we have been struggling for the past few weeks, or at least the past week. And so I believe as a Malaysian, I still support and also do my best to attend National Day parades or be part of some community activities. But yes, and Malaysians do celebrate the Merdeka Day with full of pride. And with that, thank you for the opportunity to share. Back to you, Toastmaster Zhi Jun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samuel, for sharing how Malaysia celebrate National Day. Also agreed that since on 31st August, which is our National Day, is a public holiday in Malaysia. So there are many Malaysians will take the opportunity as their privilege to take a rest after torturing for many working days. Yeah. For personally, myself, I got attend before the marching at the parade. It's very grand and enjoy the moment, although it's very tired too. But we enjoy the grand moment, like many people shout like for the Merdeka and shout for like Kri, Nan Kri. Left, right, left during the marching. It's very enjoying. And now we should conclude our table topic session for now. And thank you for the participants who take part in the table topic session. Now we should vote for our best table topic speaker. So please log in sli.do/UNTMC for the vote. You can find it in the agenda or in the chat. sli.do/UNTMC. Can you all vote? Oh, I see the result. Come on.
I also can see the result.
I also can see the result.
It's
Wait,
a trick
sorry.
from the poll master.
Sorry.
Never mind, I cannot see the result.
Sorry.
I see if I can edit the response.
Okay, I cannot see the result now.
Now cannot see. Sorry
Yeah.
for the mistake and
Okay.
I think can end now. Please vote me. Haha.
Please vote for Samuel.
Never mind. Got people vote already. Never mind. I see. Okay. I think we can end now.
Can you, Ikhtifar, can you unshare the screen? I can take the photo.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We'll take two photos. This one is the formal one.
All right.
In 3, 2. Hey, Joshua. Not turning on the camera. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, yeah. Okay, one more. Freestyle. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And our meeting will resume at 8:48.
Yep.
So everyone have a 5-minute break.
Okay.
It's 8:48 and we shall resume our meeting. Now I will pass the stage back to Toastmaster Ikhtifar, our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Zhi Jun. All right, so now we have done our table topics, and now it's our prepared speech. So for prepared speech, right, it's not as spontaneous as table topics, where the members had to prepare on the spot. But for prepared speech, they were given time and also they volunteered for the slots for tonight. So for tonight, we will the table topics. I'm sorry. For prepared speech, they are divided into 11 paths with 5 different core competencies and 5 levels. So all these paths, right, will cover public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. So as you embark your journey, at the end of the day, when you reach level 5, this is what you will achieve at the end of the journey. So tonight, we are very good that we are very proud to announce that we have Samuel, who is doing masters in medicine, if I'm not wrong, to give his first speech, level 1 speech, which is introduction to vocal variety and body language. To save time, I will read out the purpose statement, which is for him. It is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance speech. And his speech title is Overseas Traveling. Why or where should we consider? Samuel, overseas traveling, why and why we should consider? Right.
Okay. Am I audible? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Thank you, Ikhtifar, for the kind introduction. First of all, may I have a show of hands? Who here doesn't like to travel? Okay, put up your hands. For those who don't put up your hands, I shall presume you actually do like to travel, but maybe still may have some trying to decide where's the next place or destination. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Today, I would like to persuade those of you who don't like to travel to consider traveling. And for those who are already like to travel, to inspire you to travel to a place where I recently been, and that is Bali. So I will present to you 3 points why I think you should travel and you should consider Bali as your next overseas destination. And just for evidence that I really went to Bali, this is a packet of chocolate that I bought from Bali. Okay? And unfortunately, I can't keep it too long until the next physical meetup. So maybe next time. All right. So for our first point, which is when you travel, you learn. What happened was that when I traveled to Bali, there was many people that came from all over the world because Bali is one of those famous places that people then put in their bucket list. And because of that, I had an opportunity to interact with people from the West. And in my experience and encounter with them during the trip, it was a pretty tight. So what I learned and observed during that time was, wow, the Western people, we were actually just coming back from a long day traveling, and the van driver was picking us, was going to drop us back. Yeah. And what happened was the van driver chose his group of people. So like you, one group, you follow me. Okay. And you, okay, you follow the other driver. So I'm one of the chosen group, so I followed the driver. Follow. Suddenly the driver turned behind and saw there are there were 4 groups. And he overchose another group, which means he only should choose 3 groups, so I chose 4. So he went to tell one of the group, which was the Western group. So they said, you all follow the other driver. So thinking, from my impression of Western people, they were very patient, they were very understanding. But to my surprise, they were pretty reactive. Instead, they reacted in a way that, how could you do such a thing to me? This is my right. You had chose me. How can you now send me back and walk back there? And of course, the driver van can only fit 3 groups. Unfortunately, they still have to turn back. And this was concluded, obviously, with a WTF from the group, which I suppose it means, where's the fun in making them walk for quite a distance? Anyway, so this I observed and I learned that Western people they are really into their rights. They prioritize their rights a lot. But sometimes I do believe that it's also good to be thoughtful about how the driver may have made some mistakes, and not everything is always perfect. For my second point, why we should consider now to travel to Bali is because that the things there are relatively cheap compared to countries like Europe or maybe even our neighboring country, Singapore. For 10,000 Indonesian rupiahs, it is equivalent to about 3 ringgit Malaysia. So, as a foodaholic, with someone who perhaps like food a lot, and which explains the chocolate we saw earlier, I like food and I tend to travel to a country and I like to try the local delicacies there. And I found that one portion of one of the famous foods in Bali was called bebek crispy. Do you know what is bebek crispy? It means
Babi.
duck.
Sorry,
No, not babi.
It's duck.
It's duck, yes. It's duck. It's crispy duck or fried duck. And it was really good. Portion was really big. And guess how much was the meal? It was 15,000 Indonesian rupiahs, which means it was less than 5 ringgit. And the portion was big. We, as a group, we were traveling with 4 people. We shared just 2 orders. It was just nice for the 4 of us as well. So I think prices there are relatively acceptable. And furthermore, we also traveled, we booked a hotel, and a hotel was in Malaysia, you get about 60, 70 ringgit, and the room could be quite dark, and there was no windows. But in this Bali, I had a nice room with the room situated right opposite the counter. Usually, the rooms closer to the counter, they tend to be more nicer, right? And in my case, I got a room and it was so luxurious. And yeah, just to illustrate the point that hotels there are pretty comfortable. And also, moving on to my third point, which is, in this case, the flight rates there. In my case, I managed to book about 1,000, which was a 2-way. It was slightly on the higher end because I was quite late. But I noticed if you go in early to buy tickets, you could get actually prices as low as 500 ringgit for 2 ways. Now, moving on to my third point, which is that why you should consider going to Bali, because they have beautiful sceneries that is jaw-dropping. For example, we went to a nearby island in which is called Nusa Penida, for snorkeling, and the waters were crystal clear. And not forgetting the volcano that was in Bali, the majesticness, the mountain. We were able to take photos from outside, and the jeep brought us down to the base of the volcano, and we were able to see how the volcano rocks look like. And lastly, also, we are able to have a nice beach dinner by the beach at Bali, or having a nice seafood, watching the sunset. So, in conclusion, traveling can be fun, and it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive if you look around and do some homework. Maybe I hope that I have persuaded those of you who don't like traveling, maybe to consider traveling, and for those who are looking to travel soon, to be inspired to consider Bali as your next travel destination. And with that, thank you for listening, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Ikhtifar. Thank you.
Thank you, Samuel, for the nice speech. I'm sure that a lot of you Toastmasters would like to go to Bali, provided it's sponsored by Samuel. Next, we have Joshua. Presentation Master Level 2 Joshua to give his Level 3 speech, which is on persuasive speaking. The purpose of the project is for the member to understand the types and persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at the club. So his title for tonight is Necessity or Luxury. Joshua, Necessity or Luxury?
Thank you, Toastmasters of the evening. Before that, I'd like to share my screen first. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I just need 2 minutes of your precious time to answer 3 of my questions. You may go to menti.com and enter the code or scan the QR code using your mobile phone. So I will give around 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds for everyone just to enter this interactive session between me and the audience. All right, is everyone okay with it? So let's begin. My first question is, do you prefer to drink coffee, tea, or hot chocolate? Do you prefer to drink coffee, tea, or hot chocolate? Looks like we have competition between chocolate and coffee. Interesting. Any more votes? Oh, let's use all vote for chocolate. Looks like we have a tie between coffee and chocolate. Anyone else still want to vote? If not, I shall move on. Oh, we still have one person vote for tea. Anyone? There's 14. Yes. Okay, so I assume that everyone has voted. Moving on to the next question. The drinks that you choose, is it a necessity or is it a luxury? Think wisely, people. Is it a necessity or is it a luxury? Okay, like most people think that the drink that they choose is a necessity, something they can't live without. Only 2% think it's a luxury. There's a total of 10 voters. We still need, 11 voters. We still need another 4 more. Now we have 12. 2 more, just 2 more. 2 more voters. Any more votes? Or shall we proceed? Okay, so majority of us chose necessity, that the drinks that we choose is a necessity. Or not? Okay. One more necessity. Moving to the last and final question. Why? Why is it a necessity? Why is it a luxury? Give your honest response, fellow audience. Why? Why is the chocolate a necessity? Why is the coffee a luxury? Why is the tea both a necessity and a luxury? To function, cheap, Milo Peng says so. Advertisement. Okay. To keep me alive, I like that. I'll fall asleep, must be a coffee. Addiction to caffeine, don't want to sleep. Delish. So, because expensive, this one must be the one that choose luxury. Drink water is enough. That one must be also another luxury as well. And is there any more response? 21 responses. I think that is, oh, they still have 22 responses. Healed my inner child. Tastes good. Okay, so I think that I have enough responses. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating in this interactive session. So now, ladies and gentlemen, before I tell everyone what is my preferred drink, first of all, let me ask this question. What is a necessity? What is a luxury? A necessity is something that we need, something that we cannot survive with. For example, clothes, food, water. Whereas a luxury is something that is nice and pleasant to have with, but not necessary. For example, Starbucks, sports car, luxury accessories. These are the things that is nice in our eyes, but it's not something that we really need. Back in the survey, if I were to choose which is my preferred drink, I would definitely choose coffee. And to me, coffee has become my necessity. Why? Because coffee keeps me alert throughout my day. As I started my internship, I realized that I need to use my brain, a lot of brain power just to absorb information from my co-workers. And at the same time, I need to move around the facility just to ensure the electrical are in working condition. Hence, I need a boost of energy, and coffee can provide me that. That is why coffee has become my necessity. The second thing is, do you know that coffee also has health benefits? According to one Harvard study, coffee can reduce the risk of getting depression by 20% if you have it 4 cups per day. And another study in a journal called Epidemiology and Prevention, which gathers data from 36 different studies, stated that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day can lower the risk of cardiovascular disease. Wow, isn't that amazing? You get to reduce heart disease as well as getting all these Alzheimer's and depression just with a cup of coffee. And also, coffee is a great tool for us to meet and greet with each other. In 15th century, Arab already has coffee houses where people gather and socialize, exchange information, as well as listen to music. It is even called as schools of the wise. In Malaysia, we have kopitiam, where friends will gather together and drink teh tarik, teh C, kopi peng, kopi kau, kopi ice, but no ice. But nowadays, we tend to choose something called specialty, a specialty drink. For example, in Starbucks, you have Frap, you have cappuccino, you have Americano. These coffees uses high-grade coffee beans. And the art of making that coffee is something else. It's something extraordinary. Hence, coffee can also be a luxury as well to some people. Ultimately, is coffee a necessity or is it a luxury? If I were 15 years younger, I would say coffee is a luxury, but chocolate is a necessity. As the quote says, Milo, energy to go further. That is why my chocolate is a necessity to me. when I was younger. But today, coffee becomes a necessity because it gives even greater energy than Milo ever could. Unless we are still confused whether the drinks that we choose should be a necessity or a luxury, here is my most Asian answer to your problems. Yeah, this drink so expensive, no money, no buy. So that is a luxury. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua, for the speech. So, guys, do you agree with Joshua? I mean, have you decided whether coffee is a necessity or luxury? For me, it is a necessity because I need coffee to work. So, since we only have 2 speakers,
Sorry.
we will not go. Yeah.
There are 3. You skip. You miss.
Mr. President.
Yeah, you miss the president.
Oh. Oh yeah. Sorry. So our third speaker is Jane. Sorry. Something wrong with my too. So give me a moment. So our third speaker for tonight is Jane. Jane's speech will be about her speech is about level 4, managing projects successfully. So the purpose statement for her speech is the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing a plan, building a team, and fulfilling the plan with the help of with her team. This is the first speech for the member to give a such overview of the plan for her project. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Jane. The Anatomy of Speech by Jane. Jane, the Anatomy of Speech.
Okay, so let me present my screen. Alright. One second, see a timer. Okay. Am I audible? Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed Toastmasters and fellow guests, today I will present a project plan of the Toastmasters speech contest, which is our purpose is clear: to ensure a smooth execution of an engaging contest, to have our participants and our members and also audience impressed. So this event is our University Malaya Toastmasters Club International Speech and Evaluation Contest for the year 2023. So this event is scheduled to be on 10 December, which leaves us in around 100 days preparation for the event. And to achieve that, we need various resources. So the first would be the people or the member of our own club. So for our members, it's either they will become a contestants or a contest officials to help me out in the contest. And next, the venue equipped with the audiovisual and also the audiovisual resources such as microphones and speakers are also crucial to make this event successful. The speech contest rulebook and also the awards will also be an essential toolkit to our fellow participants and also contest officials. Not to forget, I will also prepare the food and beverages to keep everyone energized. And of course, every successful event requires a budget beforehand. So this would be my budget for the contest. As you can see, I allocate food for around 50 packs for now, and medals, trophies, certificates, and so on. And I also plan to buy a wireless headset for the participants. And all of this will be covered by Subsidy KMUM, where we have around 2,000 for this year. Next is about the key deliverables. So first and foremost, the venue. So the venue is important to have a comfortable seating and a stage setup. Next is communication and coordination between all contest officials is also important, and registration process is also important to make sure that both participants and the attendees are checked in smoothly. Next is the technical setup for audio, where we have a seasoned technician to help us on that. And last but not least, to making sure a fair competition to engage our audience too. And our journey will be marked by significant milestones, which is before, during, and after the project. So for now, the preparation process, I created Google Sheets, booking covers using Google Sheets to make sure that everything is on track and off the timeline. And also my team. For now, I have 2 people in my team. First is Min Kang, the technician guy, where he gives me a lot of he helped me a lot in the technical aspects and give me a lot of advice on how and what I should do. Next, and Ikhtifar, the social butterfly, that he promised me to help me to get my contest officials roles to be fulfilled. And this is my quick overview of my plan on the contest official roles. And in conclusion, this project, I emphasize it on effective organization, clear communication, and attention to the details. So with the seamless blend of planning, execution, and dedication towards it, I hope to create an unforgettable Toastmasters speech contest that will leave a lasting impact. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmasters of the evening.
Thank you, Jane, for the presentation. Yes, I'm very thankful that Jane is the organizing chair for W4 and W1 contests later on. All right. So next, I'd like to invite Syahmi to give evaluation on Samuel. So Syahmi is going to attempt her level 1 evaluation and feedback, which is the speech evaluator. The purpose of the project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose for this project is for the member to deliver a constructive feedback on another member's presentation. So the floor is yours, Syahmi.
Hello, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. First of all, congratulations, Samuel, for your speech title tonight, Overseas Traveling. Why and where should you consider? And your choice of title was very effective. For me, myself, as someone who is considering traveling to Bali, it is instantly grabbed my attention, and I'm sure it did for everyone else. And also, your question at the beginning, right from the start, did any of you like to traveling? I think that is a brilliant way to connect and engage with audience. And also your hand gestures and also vocal variety was stand out. And I like how you use the chocolate to help you to show Bali. And then I also like when you say you turn and then you really turn your body, and then when you say follow and then you point your finger, so you really use your body language and gestures. And also your consistent eye contact with the camera show you are very confident on the stage. And also I love your speech pace, which is not too slow and not too rush. So your storytelling style also make it enjoyable for us to listen. And room for improvement, I think, other than hand gestures and vocal variety, it is also good for you to focus on your facial expression, as expression also can convey emotions that can complement your words and further engage with audience. And also, while your speech is structured, I think you can focus more on making the transition between the 3 points even more smoother. And thank you and congratulations. I look up forward to your next speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Syahmi, for your evaluation. So before I pass to our general evaluator, I'd like to invite everyone to vote for the best speaker. Zoom Master, is the poll ready?
Yes.
Right.
This
So
time
it's still Slido, right?
you don't have the result already.
Oh, okay. So it's still
That's good.
Slido/UMTMC. And I hope that we don't see the results, right? Alright, done. So I'd like to invite our general evaluator. Where is it?
Continue to vote.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, wait, it's
Should
the
have
same
more.
link, is it?
Yes, it's the same link.
Yeah.
I see a tie.
Nowadays we got a lot of ties. Don't know why.
A lot of ties.
Yeah.
GG.
So I'd like to invite our general evaluator, Presentation Mastery Level 3, Jun SIang, to take over.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. Okay, before we start, I want to double check if everyone can see me or listen to me. Give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And thank you very much. All right, so we are at the evaluation session of this meeting. So basically, for some of you who are new here, the evaluation session is basically a session where we mainly focus on evaluations. Toastmasters is not just about speaking, but to give feedback. And I think for those experienced Toastmasters here, you have heard of the phrase, an evaluation is a Toastmaster's breakfast. Maybe in this case, since it's nighttime, it will be supper. But either way, we can see that feedback is really important because it helps to notice some of the details that can help make details that is good about your speech and some things that you have overlooked. Things that can improve on your future speeches. Now, I have too much to say. I'm just going to leave it to my evaluators of these amazing evaluators who will be evaluating our speech projects for tonight. So to reiterate, so evaluations, they usually take 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes green light, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow light or amber light, 3 minutes red light, and then you have 30 seconds to sum up your speech. And with that, we have our first evaluator over already. Congratulations. Next up, we would have the evaluator for our second speaker, which is Joshua. His evaluator would be our dear friend Jefri. So Jefri, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Jefri, your evaluation to Joshua. Joshua's evaluation. Jefri, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege to be able to evaluate my mentor, Joshua, who has been guiding me for the past 8 months since I've been in Toastmasters. And here is my humble opinions about your speech. First of all, I like how you make your speech interactive. I remember the last time it was this interactive was sometime last year when I listened to a speech given by the immediate past president, Kenneth. I remember where he gave us a link and then allow us to give answers. Yeah, and this is the second time I've seen such an interactive speech. I enjoy a lot, and I hope other speakers can emulate that pattern, or should I say a manner in which they present, whereby they give us a link, then provide us with the answer, and then the speaker present the answers. And secondly, I also like how you take advantage of the body language and tone and pacing, which I believe are your skill sets. And first of all, in terms of tone, it's I think the improvement that you okay, I will not talk about the improvement first. I'll talk about what I find is really good regarding your tone is that you your pitch are varied. You have high pitch and then you have low pitch. It's not monotonous so that we know what points you are trying to emphasize. Like monotonous is how I speak right now, but when you speak with high pitch and low pitch, we enjoy it more because we can concentrate on your speech. And in terms of pacing, I realized that it was a bit too quick. I think you tried to condense all the information into one speech. I think that's the way that you can try to cut short the speech. And how you can do is during the third session of the interactive session, I think you can do away with when we type the answers, because I realized that when I type the answer, it showed, but it's so small. So I found that it was a bit pointless for me to type in. Yeah, I typed in some nonsense like I'm famous and all that, but you couldn't acknowledge because it was too many answers, right? I can give multiple responses. I think that's how you can cut short so that you can explain more in your later on your speech about coffee and the necessity and the luxury. And I also like how you use your hand gestures because you stood up and then we can see your body, like how you describe certain things. And 2 points of improvement that I want to suggest to you is, yeah, as I mentioned, I think the interactive session was a bit too long. The third one was a bit redundant. And secondly, I realized that your voice at times is monotonous because it sounds like the same from the start to finish. I think that the tone can be varied a little bit, just a little bit for your future speeches. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. I would like to summarize. First of all, very interactive session. Number 2, you had a good body language. And also, number 3 is your use of speech. And improvement is your tone. I think it can be a bit varied. And also, you can cut down on your interactive session part. That's all from me. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. G.
All right, thank you very much, Evaluator Jeffrey. Now I can see that Jeffrey is a really amazing evaluator. He is very respectful towards the speaker. He also summarizes. He also is humble when he used the word 2 cents. It's really a privilege for Joshua to have such a good mentee as well. Now, points of improvement for Jeffrey's evaluation. One thing I like about your evaluation first is that you use the sandwich method. Usually people overlook the summary, but it is really important. Now, I like that you have emphasized on the summary. It was really good. You were a bit rushing, but generally you had the summary. One thing of improvement, do take a look at the evaluation form. Now, this evaluation is something a bit unique. It's about persuading people, correct? So in this, you really need to put a bit more focus on the persuading aspect. Did the speaker persuade you? Did he answer your questions? Maybe you can look into the details on how he speaks, and then maybe that will influence you thinking whether or not coffee is a luxury or a necessity. So in the future, I urge every other evaluator to take note of that. Look into the evaluation resource so you keep in line with your evaluations. Moving on, we have our next evaluator. This evaluator will be evaluating the president of this club, Jane, and that will be our dear evaluator, Angeline. Angeline, are you here? Oh, I can see you. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Angeline, Jane's evaluation, Angeline.
Once again, good evening, everyone. Wow, that was a wonderful explanation of speech, which was given in 3 minutes by Jane. All right. The best part of it is I quite liked her theme. It was quite catchy, the anatomy of a speech contest. And how she planned it, she explained it in detail. From the theme, where it's going to take place at UM, when it is going to take place, it's on the 10th of December. And she also gave the countdown, which 100 days to go more for the event. And she also touched on the resources part, whereby she needs the role players, the members, the contest officials, the technical part, and also the budget and for how many people for 50 packs, and which comes to total about 940 ringgit. She also touched on the logistic part and also how many members she has got so far to support her in this contest. That is wonderful. Was clear, and in fact, within the 3 minutes, she was able to give us a slide to see clearly what is being or going to be done. Well, I would suggest for her to work on, it would have been complete if she would have given when the first meeting took place and where. Because when there is a meeting, there should be a date and time. The content was there, but the specific date, it would have been there, means it would have been completely a wonderful, a power-packed, a plan review or explanation. And you may want to, I would like to give you a challenge for you to work on your tonality. All right, the tonality, especially when you say your objective of the event is to make an unforgettable Toastmasters contest. So it comes with the expression, the happiness. So if you could have done that, it would be better. And you may want to work on that, will be much more greater. And also the body language and also gesture. As a conclusion, you are a cool speaker, I noticed, and a calm OCR guest who would like to work with you. And I see a vibrant speaker in you. With that, your purpose for today has been met. Congratulations, and hope to see you succeed in your plan. Over to you, GE.
Thank you very much, Angeline. Now that is another example of a really amazing evaluator. Okay, one thing that really sets her unique from everyone else is that she is straight to the point, and this is one of the first ever evaluations that has finished within around the 2 minute line, because that is honestly where usually what I see is that evaluations, they go over time. Mine was 5 minutes last time, crazy. So Angeline has a really good time management skills, as you can see from her evaluation, short, sweet, and straight to the point. And she touches every bit of detail that is mentioned in the evaluation resource, everything from the top to finish. And then she gave further evaluation to really suggestions to help make Jane's speech way better. So that was honestly a really good evaluation. Angeline, I honestly cannot find anything can be improved for your speech. But I know that deep down, maybe you have suggestions, you can improve your evaluation to new heights. And I look forward to that. Thank you very much. And moving on, as from the agenda, we would have our table topics evaluator. Am I correct? So with that, I would like to invite the VPE for this club, Zhi Jun, to give her table topics evaluation.
Okay, so based on the agenda, I'm supposed to evaluate Toastmaster Hasina. She's supposed to do the level 3 active listening for today. However, due to some emergency things, she is unable to attend the meeting. So I will replace her as the table topic master. So I think now should continue the session with the table topic evaluator Toastmaster Jun SIang.
Right, so I'll assume I'll just take over. All right, thank you so much. Give me 1 second. All right, so today we have one, two, three, four, five wonderful speakers today attempting table topics. 5 brave souls who have tried table topics, and I'm here to evaluate you all, give you all some evaluation. So first off, we have Jefri. Jefri, your title was Tell us the significance of Bahasa Malaysia as the national language and its role in Malaysia. Well, I like how you were very straight to the point on the topic. When you were talking on the topic, you immediately went right into the point. You had the good meaning behind it, and you also reminded us that Bahasa Malaysia is a privilege that we have. It's not a right that we need to learn. It's a privilege that we all need to learn this language. So you have very inspiring speech to us. one thing I can suggest to you is, I noticed you spent a bit of the time trying right before you start the topic. You say like you reiterated the topic and then you thank Zhi Jun for giving you the opportunity to give this speech. So that is some time wasted. It's already around 10 seconds, 15 seconds wasted. And for a speech that's 2 minutes long, you don't want to waste that time. So definitely try to avoid that. Just go straight into the speech. Next, we have Angeline. Tell us the popular sports that unite Malaysians. And definitely you chose badminton. I'm not a good badminton player either, and I assume a lot of people aren't, but you have hit the mark on the speech, I would say. I really like when you talk when you had sorry, I really like your hand gesture throughout your speech. You remember when the time at the early part of the speech when you said the shuttlecock was in this corner and I was in this corner. You were able to utilize the stage very well. The entire stage you were utilizing very well. The left hand was where the shuttlecock is actually is. The right hand is where you actually are. So this is utilizing the stage, using the entire stage to its fullest advantage. So that is what you have done very well. One thing I can suggest to you is try to work a bit more on your fluency. Yes, you are very good already. I would say this speech is one of the best table topics I've heard so far. And I would say that for fluency, because what I noticed is when you were giving a point, you will take it back a bit, say something like, oh, albeit because this thing this, and then it kind of cuts off in the middle. So next time, if you want to do this, try to use the stop purposefully or just go straight with the flow. Next, Kenneth, describe how the 513 incident, May 13th incident changed Malaysia. Oh, Kenneth, I would assume you were like a history major or something because you are so familiar with this topic. It was like second nature for you. I would say that you, just by listening to your speech, I can tell that you have done your research, you know what you're talking about. So that is definitely very well done from your part. One thing I like to suggest is you should remember the topic. That's the most important thing because the topic asks you to describe how the May 13 incident changed Malaysia. And instead I heard more on the after effects. I think in the future speeches, or if you were to retry this kind of table topic, perhaps I would like to hear more from how the entire incident went down and what is the following action right after it, the immediate actions after it. I think that would be more impactful. Next, we have our first timer, Miruna. Miruna, are you actually a first timer? Can I just confirm that?
Yes, I'm a first timer in Toastmasters.
And you have never tried table topics before?
No, before this, back then I was a public speaker during my primary school, but it was a very long time ago, so it has been ages.
I see. Well, can everyone please give her a round of applause because that was a very impressive speech for a first timer. Because for a first timer, you were able to directly use the word of the day, able to speak fluently, straight to the point, and it was very influential. And I think that is where your public speaking, your earlier days as a public speaker really comes in handy. One thing I like to suggest to you, if despite such a very wonderful speech, I would like to suggest to you because I noticed your camera is a bit near to you. I think it's on a not an un, it's on a uneven platform. So when you were speaking, your camera was like shaking like this. So it was a bit distracting throughout the speech. So perhaps you can put it on a more stable surface or just put it somewhere and then you can sit a bit further back so we can see your hand gesture as well as your entire face. And one thing is you can work on your conclusion a bit because I noticed it was a bit abrupt in the end. When you try to conclude the speech, you had already a very good point. So why not end it off strong with a very strong conclusion? Last but not least, we have Samuel. How Malaysians celebrate National Day. And I like how you were able to directly reflect to yourself how you yourself celebrate National Day, as in treating yourself for a rest day. Like I think how we all do that as well. Even myself, we just treat it as a rest day. So it's very nice when you describe the speech your own perspective because that's how it makes us relate to your speech. It feels more personal. That's how you relate the speech to everyone here. One thing I like to suggest to you is perhaps you can use more on you could use more description in your speeches. Like how you can describe more on the parade. I think that's something that there was a lot of potential there, but you didn't really utilize it. You can talk how did the parade. You can say that you can see people marching. You see the fire trucks, the abang. Remember last year, abang muscle, whoa, and also the planes flying overhead. All those things you can describe very well. I think this was a missed opportunity, but nevertheless, you can try to remember this kind of description in the future. All in all, I would say today everyone had done impressively in their role in their speeches in table topics. So congratulations, please give yourself a round of applause, and I hope to hear more from you guys in the future. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, table topic evaluator Jin SIang. Now, Jin SIang here has a really important job. As a table topics evaluator, he is not required to evaluate just one speaker, but many speakers. That means he is actively listening to every one of your speeches, and that is a really hard job to get, in fact. And in fact, you have a lot of things, pros, cons about everyone's speech. You just like to introduce to everyone, but through his words and effort, you can see that he is cherry picking off his words to share with all of you guys a bit of wisdom that he thinks can make all of your speeches better. So really, Jin SIang, from the bottom of my heart, did a wonderful job. The one thing I think you can make your table topics evaluation better is to, well, number one, look at the timings of the agenda, see how much time you have, because each club has different timings. Our club, for example, has 6 to 8 minutes. Other clubs, they have 3 to 5 minutes. Look at your time, and this brings on to the second point. Do look at the timer. Because I did notice that you were a bit over time. That happens to evaluations, it's normal, but you should make it a habit to look at the timer in the future. Once again, good job. And finally, we have our last evaluator for tonight. He would be evaluating one of our new evaluators for tonight as well, which is Syahmi. And her evaluator would be Kenneth. Kenneth, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Kenneth, Syahmi's
Hello?
evaluate. Yep, can hear you.
Yeah, okay, sure.
All right. Okay, Kenneth, Syahmi's evaluation, Kenneth.
All right, Syahmi, I know this is your first time. Congratulations, and you have nailed your first evaluation. What I like about your evaluation is you have mentioned about the speech engagements. When I was a teacher, the first thing we want to start our lesson is induction and engagement. And I am so impressed that you realize that engagement or induction is very important to start a speech. You're very attentive as well, as you have noticed small, slight hand gestures presented by the speaker. Besides, although this is the first time you have applied the sandwich method, you start off with the strengths, in the middle, you continue with the improvements, and you end with a strong conclusion. This is an extremely cohesive way to evaluate someone and to let the speaker or let others to understand your evaluation points better. Besides, you're like a cikgu. You smile throughout the session, which delivers a warm atmosphere, like you're a teacher, you're kind, and you are very warm, very approachable. And this makes everyone feels that, oh, this evaluator is very kind, very approachable, and very professional. Okay, Syahmi, you can make your evaluation style better if you take note on the technical aspects. For example, you can position yourself in the middle of your screen. You can show your hand gestures like this to make sure that everyone in the screen can see your hand gestures in a virtual setting. Consistently directing your eyes not towards the screen, not towards other wall, but towards this camera, like how I'm seeing everyone right here. Syahmi, you can challenge yourself by applying the golden formula in your evaluation points. Start off with the statement, what the speaker did well and what the speaker needs to improve. Continue with the evidence. What is the piece of evidence supporting that statement? And what is the purpose of doing that statement and doing the evidence? And you have a point of improvement for that speaker, just go on with statement, evidence, purpose, and optionally a point of improvement. This golden formula will help you in excelling in your future evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. Now, I noticed a small side detail of your evaluation. I don't think I should focus on that, but just curious. You said induction and you said you are a teacher. Is it correct? You can just nod your head. Are you a teacher? Man, I really admire you because I'm also studying to become a teacher and I know most of the terms that you are mentioning. And looking at Kenneth's evaluation, you can really see that he really is a teacher teaching someone to become a cikgu. Kenneth is calm, collective himself. You can see that one thing that teachers normally they do, right, is that they would like to give examples. Because us students, we are usually stupid, we are really dumb. So sometimes teachers, they tell us something we don't understand. And most of the times we need teachers to give us examples. And Kenneth is that prime example over there. He shows some examples of how Syahmi can even show her examples. Body gestures, looking at camera, and you can see that he is really proficient in this and delivering. That goes to show that he is impressive. And I don't think I can find anything that is bad about it, not anything that can be improved by Kenneth's speech. Really, once again, Kenneth, if you have the chance to come to our club, I would love you to become our evaluator. Now moving on, okay, now will be the technical role player section. The general evaluation provides the report. Well, this whole report wouldn't be possible without our technical role players, the grammarian, the R counter, and the timer. So let's hear from them one by one, all right? So to start off, we would have the grammarian come up on stage and provide his or her report. Mayvin, are you here?
All right. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
All right. So I'm the grammarian. I'll start off with the good usages I've noticed throughout the entire meeting, and I will also mention the names together with the good usages, but I won't do so for the bad usages. So to start off with the good usages, from the second table topic, Angeline, she put together some sentences, but one of the idioms I'd like to bring forward is this one game has brought us to the top of the world. For me, this is a pretty strong statement. That's why I've included it as a good usage of the English language. And also, Angeline mentioned in the evaluation the word tonality. So instead of telling the word tones, we hear that every time. We have a different word, tonality. So it's really really emphasizes or really brings attention to the sentence. Now, on the table topics, the third table topic done by Kenneth, he said, we all live under the shadows of one Malaysia. So again, another idiom, a good idiom being used in a speech. And then Miruna, with the fourth table topic, there's a lot of good uses that I couldn't catch on, but two that I managed to really bring out was, one of it was, I'm sure all Malaysians live under the paramount of independence. Paramount meaning importance. So it's another way of saying importance. Rather than saying importance, it's good to say paramount. And a good word used in a speech was pioneer, which means a person who is among the first to explore or settle a new country or area. Or in other words, a successor. The other good use of the language was done by Samuel during his first speech, and that was using two idioms such as jaw-dropping and clear as crystal. Really good idioms used in the speech. And now on to my last good usage by our table topics evaluator, Jun SIang. He put the idiom hit the mark, which is another way of saying accurate. Now, I would like to bring forward the bad usages of throughout this entire meeting. One of it is there is a little. I don't think BM has not that many usages. I think you could change it up and say, I don't think BM has limited usages, so you're at least concise with the language that's being used. Now, the next bad usage, I wouldn't say bad usage, but I would say things that could improve on is I look up forward to your next speech. Rather than saying that, I suggest using I look forward to your next speech. That's a pretty straightforward and self-explanatory grammar mistake that was done. Now for the word of the day usage, privilege. Our guest Miruna has used it one time. Our table topics master Zhi Jun has used it 2 times. Our third evaluator Angeline has used it once, and our general evaluator Jun SIang has used it once as well. That's all, and I apologize if I've missed any of the good usages or the word of the day usage, because the meeting is pretty fast paced. So back to you, general evaluator.
All right. Thank you very much, Mayvin, for that really concise Grammarian report. I really love your report as it was also short and sweet. You focus mainly on the good things, which is the good usages of grammar. And then you also had at least some form of improvement that you think others can have. So that you highlight both the pros and cons, which was really good as well. And let's not forget the final part, which is also equally attentive. It really goes to show that you're really an attentive listener. Moving on, we would have our next role player, our next tag role player here, and that will be Asyraf. Is it? Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Is it Asyraf?
Asyraf.
Asyraf. All right, Asyraf, the R counters report, and the floor is yours.
Right. Hold on. Right. So before I give my report, first let's give a round of applause for Joshua and Samuel for having no pause fillers at all throughout our meeting. All right. For Angeline, she has 3 R's and that's only it. And Jun SIang, you only have repeated words, which is when you, and try to use. Ikhtifar, you have 3 8 R, 2 and you have used so as much as 10 times. Moving on, we have Jane. She has 6 and 3 R, and she also has repeated words like we have, are also, and also. Jefri, he has 1 and 3 R. Jun SIang has 1 1 R. Kenneth has only 1 Mayvin has 5 5 R. Syahmi only has 2 Zhi Jun has 1 1 R. And finally, Miruna has 3 So that's all from me. I'll pass to you back.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, R counter Aisha. Similarly, an amazing job. You need to listen attentively from start to finish. You have to tell whether or not the person using the words they're using are actually filler words or not. That is also really hard. And Aisha did an impressive job looking at every single one of them. And last but not least, we would have our timers report, and our timer is done by none other than I forgot the timer's name. Let me look at who's the timer right now. Can the timer just raise their hands? I'm so sorry. Okay, timer Zhi Jie. All right, timer Zhi Jie, the floor is yours. You may take it away.
Okay, hi everyone. So now I'll present the timers report. So I will start off by the first part. Okay, so all right, first is the meeting start at 8 p.m. and in 1 minute, which is actually pretty on time. And moving on is the ASAA. The time allocated is 2 minutes. You has taken 3 minutes and 25 seconds, which is 1 minute 25 second overspan. And for presidents, you have taken, for the time allocation is 3 minutes. You have taken 4 minutes and 40 seconds, which is overspan 1 minute 40 seconds. And for Toastmaster of the evenings, 7 minutes, you have taken 7 minutes 40 seconds, which is still. And then role play introductions, which is 3 minutes, is actually time taken is 3 minutes 19 seconds, which TOE and role play introduction is on time, which is within time allocations. And moving on is the table topics segment. So for the table topic masters, Zhi Jun, you have taken 21 minutes, which is 1 minute overspent. And we have table topic speakers. So everyone's I would like to congrats and please give our table topics speakers a big round of applause for actually spend within the time allocations. Everyone have actually spent, for Jefri, Angelinne, Kenneth, Miruna, and Samuel. So now, moving on is the project speech segment. We have the first project speaker, we have Samuel. You have taken 7 minutes 22 seconds, which is also within the time limit. And also we have the second speaker, Joshua, which you've taken 8 minutes 21 seconds, which is 1 minute 21 second overspans. So you may need to take note on that. And third speaker, we have Jane. You have taken 4 minutes 43 seconds, which is actually overspent 1 minute 43 seconds, which is also take note on that as well. And moving on, we have the table topics evaluations by Xiang, which time allocated is 5 minutes 6 minutes. The time taken is 6 minutes 8 seconds, which is within the time allocations, which is great. And lastly, we have the project evaluations. And the first is by the evaluator Syahmi, which is time taken is 2 minutes 22 seconds, which is on time. And Joshua, second is evaluator is Jefri. So the time taken is 3 minutes 40 seconds, which is overspan of 40 seconds. And also third, we have Angelinne, which time taken is 2 minutes 39 seconds, which is within time allocation. Then Kenneth and 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So overall, that's it for our timers reports. And now back to you, General Evaluator.
All right, thank you very much, timer Zhi Jie. As you can see, the timer, the Rolex of today, he has provided a detailed table of everyone's timings. I think that is a really good job to really showcase something as ambiguous as time itself. Time is something that you cannot see, you can only feel when you get older, just like me. But anyways, I think that one thing that I think the timer Zhi Jie, he did an amazing job already. But usually the limitations of what you can improve is quite limited. One thing I can suggest is for you to actually put red and green colors. So that is what we do in my club at least. Sometimes we have red colors to show that we are not within time. Green is within time, something simple. So you don't need to have, like, let's say speakers, they have multiple slides on. You don't need them to zoom in and then have to look closely like they're really old people. So I can suggest a color scheme if that helps. Though you don't need to follow it if you don't need to. Of course, we don't have much time anymore. We are supposed to have the Toastmaster presents a reward, so I'll make my general evaluation very, very quick. Hopefully, timer, I do hope you tell me when to stop. All right, to start off the meeting, I really loved the vibe that I came in. I came in a bit late. I'm so sorry that happened, but I really loved the vibe that was going. You guys were talking, and then when we started on time as well. Time management is a really important thing in every meeting, in every club as well. Now, the president's speech, she focused on the themes. She has a poem on the Google slide. I think that was really interesting. President, I think one thing that you can do, you did it later, never mind. I think it will be good for you to also check up on we have to build the connections with both the timer as well as the person controlling the slides, because I noticed that the slides, at first you had to say which slide that you're moving on. In a Toastmasters meeting, well, at least in my club, we don't have the culture of using slides. But if you want, you can try to use a Google slide so everyone can see, or maybe you transition the slide to yourself so it will make it easier, make it smoother next time. All right, and for the Toastmaster of the evening, I really love you were very analytical when it comes to the history of Toastmasters, the purpose of Toastmasters, and then you have the guests interact, you build a rapport with your guests. That was also something that is really good about Toastmasters. Keep track whether or not they're still actually Toastmasters inside or not. That's really good. I think some things that I can improve on, two things. Number one is for you to relate the colors of the flag back to your speech, because you mentioned the colors of the flag, but then it somehow jumped to Toastmasters. I'm like, but isn't the topic about Jalo Gemilang? So you can focus a bit more on Jalo Gemilang as well when you can do that. And next up, use more energy to talk. Okay, I like how you are analytical. I love your speech. You are really fluent in the language and also the whole role as well. But I think you can use a bit more energy to really hype up the guests, because remember, every meeting, it really starts off with the host that really sets a big impact on everyone's speech. You need to have the tone, even if it's a tiring day. I personally think, my humble opinion, put in a bit more energy to talk, or maybe some facial expression, and you would really have the guests hooked on, because they are not just listening, but they are seeing you. So it really has this both audio and visual impairment that really has people stuck on. And then moving on, the Toastmaster, Table Topics Master. I don't think the Table Topics Master is here, why? But just some notes. I really, okay, number one, topics on point. They're all about the National Day. I really love it. One thing that can be improved, or two things actually, is that number one, okay, I don't know, a personal opinion once again. The May 13th incident is a sort of controversial incident. I don't know. It's just my humble opinion. So far I really appreciate how Kenneth has handled the situation, as well as the Table Topics Master Zhi Jun as well. So really impressive. But this is treading on a bit hot water lah. But if you know your audience and the audience know you, I think it should be fine. Some clubs, they really like to go on this hot water topic, and I love them for it. But do take note that some people may feel uncomfortable with it. But just my humble take for this. And moving on, remember to test the Slido, so you don't have other people to look at the results and then they're like, oh man, I lost or something like that. So we have to keep it a surprise. And moving on, I don't think I have much to say anymore, because since we mentioned already, and long story short, overall, this meeting was my first meeting in in Toastmasters Club. And once again, I really thank everyone for contributing to this meeting. And I'm really grateful for this privilege that I have been given to be a general evaluator for tonight. I am not an experienced general evaluator, but thank you so much for having me. And with that, I will pass the mic back to the president of this club, Jane. Floor is yours, and good night, everyone.
Thank you so much to our General Evaluator Jun SIang from H3TMC. Now I would like to invite Ikhtifar to present the award to Ikhtifar.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's time for award presentation, right? The thing is, I also know who's winning. So, Zhi Jun, can you help me to share your slide?
Sure. Wait. Okay.
Okay. So, as I said, yeah, it's time for our award ceremony. So, first off, we will start with the table topics winners. So, drum roll, please. So fast already. Oh, this is not the same week.
This is our previous best.
This is our previous table topics, which is Adi Putra from Edu Leaders and also Kenneth was a tie. So this week, is it a tie or is it a triple tie? Let's reveal the answer. Wow, our first timer Miruna. Congrats on winning the Table Topics Award.
Wait, let me take a picture.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
Right. So next is our best speaker. So again, I think last meeting was a tie between Adiputra and Salah, one of our members. So, could I have some drum roll, please? Alright. So Zhi Jun, reveal the winner. It's Joshua. Precision Mastery 2 Joshua from University Malaya Toastmasters Club. Congrats, Joshua. I hope to see you in the contest.
We'll try my best. We'll try my best.
Alright. So
3,
No,
Jefri,
I want to see you in the contest.
2,
international speech.
1.
And also evaluation.
Okay, thank you.
So for those who don't know, you're not mistaken, Joshua is the winner for the evaluation speech and
Yes.
also at area.
Area no.
Area no. Oh, okay. So it's
Area-
the,
No, area no.
and also represented our club in the area W1 evaluation speech contest. So next is our best evaluation, our best evaluator. So it seems that last week we have a lot of ties, don't know why, and always this Kenneth face is there. So maybe this week we don't see him anymore. All right. So let's reveal the answer. The winner. Yeah, this guy again. All right. Congrats, Kenneth.
3, 2,
Yeah.
1.
So Kenneth, again, I'd like to see you in the contest coming soon.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there's two. There's a tie. And our second winner is Jun SIang. So again, this week we have a tie.
3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
All right. So I think that's my job. So I will pass the floor to
Wait.
our GE. Appreciation for GE. We can't forget our gentleman from Help University.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Wait. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jun SIang, for coming over and becoming our GE for tonight. And lastly, I'd like to pass the floor to our Madam President, Innovative Planner, Level 1, Jane.
So, I would like to keep it short. So, not much for my closing address. Once again, thank you everyone for joining our meeting. And I will now like to open up the space for anyone to make announcements. Zhi Jun?
Sure. Let me share my screen. Okay. For today, I would like to announce the award sponsored by the District 51. Although today there are many absence from our members, but it's okay. Let me just introduce. For this year, we also have some awards from District 51. There are 5, which is the Novice Award. First is a Novice Award. The campaign period is from 1st July until 31st December of 2023, but it's open only for new members join from 1st July until 30th September. For, I think there's a guest, Toastmaster Miruna. If you like to join, you can join within this period and complete our level 1 and level 2 speech to receive a collectively mark. And second is the Steadfastness Award. The campaign period is now till 30 April, but I encourage you all to complete your all awards before 31st March 2034 to be recognized in the 2024 District 51. This is for the members complete level 4 before the campaign period. I will share the link later so you all can see more. And the third is the Proficient Award. Same as the State Partners Award, but members must complete level 5 before 31st March to get the ribbon and to be recognized in the annual conference. So far, what we received is our annual conference will be at end of April and in Kuala Lumpur. This one is more exciting for our members, Toastmaster members. This is the Triple Crown Award. The campaign period is also until 31st March to receive a Triple Crown pin and to be recognized at the District 51 Annual Conference, which is next year in Kuala Lumpur. For it, members must complete 3 levels and start from level 2 and above in any pathway during the campaign period. And here are the example combination. Like for example, for myself, I'm a presentation mastery. If I complete level 2 until level 4 or level 3 until level 5, I can receive the Triple Crown Award. And maximum 1 level 2 award from any path. And last is the DTM award. This for those experienced member who want to receive the DTM award, complete the criteria stated in the DTM project. What I know is like you have to be the mentor and you have to complete the 2 pathways during the campaign period. And this one is the Facebook post video challenge. This under the public relations things. The campaign period is now until 5th of September. I say it's like the promoting yourself and influencing yourself and influencing others to join into Toastmaster by sharing a 20 to 30 second Facebook post entitled I'm a Toastmaster to receive a TI Golf umbrella. And you can see the sample video and the Facebook video effect from here. Okay, and during this term, we also have some sponsorship. Okay, stay tuned for our future sponsorship. These are from me is the sponsorship for only UN Toastmaster Club members. Encourage you all to apply only 1 award or sponsorship offered by UN Toastmaster only. But there's no restriction on applying awards offered by the District 51 I stated just now. And all awards or sponsorship must be applied through the application form. And we have the right to reject any application if you have incomplete within the campaign period or inaccurate data. So kindly contact me if you have any inquiries of any other campaigns of all the awards. So please be aware that me have the responsibility to track and monitor member progress in UN Toastmaster Club. So that's all from me.
Okay, thank you to Zhi Jun. Anyone else has any announcements to be made? No?
How about our guest?
Zhi Jie,
that one's
I think Zhi Jie raised his hand, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Just all right. So hi everyone, I'm Zhi Jie. So next Thursday, Utah Toastmasters Club have a meetings, which is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we welcome you guys, Utah UM Toastmasters to join our club. So looking forward to see you guys at our meeting lah. So
Utah where?
yeah, it's a hybrid meeting. So yeah, please feel free to join anytime when you're free. Just jump in. Yeah, anything is all right. Yeah. So yeah, nice. We have Jefri. See you there, Jefri. All right, I think that's it from me. Yeah, thank you. Back to you, President.
Thank you so much, Zhi Jie. Anyone else want to
we-
promote your club? Okay, sure, Jun SIang.
Okay, similar to Zhi Jun, Zhi Jie, I keep mixing those two names. Zhi Jie's club. We are also having a club meeting this week. We have a meeting on the 26th of August. That is a Saturday, next Saturday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be a small meeting because it's a sudden change. But nevertheless, I do want to invite every one of you to our club meeting, and I can assure you that our club meetings are fun and it's going to be a lot of memories, and Jeffrey can attest to that. So if you have any questions, you can also ask Jeffrey. But once again, I do look forward to if any of you like to come over to do a speech or do a role play or simply join as a guest, yes, by all means, come and text me in DMs. I'll be in the group, and thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Jun SIang. All right. So our next meeting will be on 27th of August. Wait, sorry. No, that right. Okay, sorry for, wait. Okay, our next meeting will be on 4th September. It's a Monday night, 8 to 10 p.m. It is a usual meeting. And tomorrow, me and Ikhtifar will be going over to Shah Toastmasters Club for their... No, I just saying invite everyone.
Okay.
They are having their humorous speech and
Okay, let me take over from Jane.
Okay.
Right. So tomorrow, right, me and Jane will be going to Shah Alam Toastmasters to have to attend for their humorous and table topics contest. So whoever is free, you can come over. It's going to be a physical. It's only going to be physical, and it will be around 8. It will be at 8 p.m. at Club Shah Alam. So yeah, see you then.
Okay, and I think that's all for our meeting today. And I would like to call this meeting adjourned. Thank you everyone for attending our online meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
Bye.